What is going on, guys, and welcome back. And for today's video, we're going to be talking about the Subi remote start security system and why you need one. So I got a little story to tell you guys. A couple of days ago, I was actually fully asleep in my room. It was about 4:30 in the morning, and I got woken up to the sound of sirens. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, I used to have the Viper DS4 Plus installed on my Accord. It was a great investment, completely love that thing because not only is it a security system, but it's also a remote start. And what all that basically means is I can be like about half a mile to a mile away from my car, use the remote that it comes included to turn the car on. And it's a great little feature to have, especially during the summer when it's super hot. You can leave the AC running, so by the time you get to your car, it's already cool on the inside. Same thing during the winter when it's super cold outside. You can leave the heater on, so that way when you get to your car, it's pretty warm inside. But it also does have a security side to it, so that will deter people from breaking in your car, jacking your car up, and like taking the wheels off or something. If someone dings your car or hits it, it will cause the alarm to go off, and it can get really loud. If you guys also purchase the upgraded horn, which is a 6-tone siren. I also have an upgraded remote, which is a 2-way remote, because the one that comes in the package is just called a 1-way remote, which basically means is the remote will send a signal to the car to turn on, but you won't know it's actually on because it doesn't send the signal back. Whereas with the 2-way remote, if you guys take a look at this one, 2-way basically means that the car will also send the signal back to the remote telling you that the car is actually on. And it's a great feature to have because sometimes, you park your car in places you can't see or it's out of visibility, and you guys at least want to know if it's on or not. So great little investment to have. So yeah, so it was like 4:30 in the morning, got woken up to the sound of sirens, and the thing was loud. Like, it woke me up from a deep sleep. What also woke me up was my keys, because like I was mentioning, because this is a 2-way, the car sent a signal to my keys. All the lights were going off, and there was a little beeping noise that was telling me that, hey, something's wrong. So obviously I sprung up, got up, looked outside, because I usually park my car right next to my window so I can see it at all times. Didn't see anybody there, but I just made sure I went outside, took a little precaution, looked around real quick, nobody was there. But yeah, it did wake me up, and it did also wake up a couple of the neighbors because that thing is super loud. But it is a big deterrent for people because, obviously the moment that thing goes off, nobody's going to try to continue to steal your car or anything in it or on it. So a great investment to have. I also made a video of this a long time ago, about a year ago, when I installed it in the Accord. It was a super easy install because with the Accord, I only had to cut into like 2 wires from the ignition, tap it all in, and then program the remote start, good to go. With the Subi though, this car is a completely different story. So when me and the homie Lewis were looking up the diagram on how to wire everything in, like I was mentioning, with the Accord, there was only 2 wires that we had to tap into. With the Subi, there was 24. And I remember looking at Lewis and going, bro, we're not doing it. I'm taking it somewhere. So luckily, because of where we work, we were able to get it done through them. And I remember when I was talking to one of the installers who was doing it, he told me straight up, he was like, dude, he was like, A, I hate that you're bringing in a Subaru, but B, I'm kind of happy you're bringing back the Crosstrek and not a Forester, or I think it was actually the Outback, I believe. Because he was telling me with that some of those models, they have to tap into the engine fuse box, run wires from there back into the inside of the car where the main module is located. And I was like, yeah, dude. And I was like, I'm sorry, but kind of want this done too, and I can't do it myself, fortunately. So he got it done for me. It took him roughly like about 6 hours to do. Everything from installing the motherboard that goes inside the car. There's also a transmitter on the top part of the windshield, which I'll show you guys in a second, that he has to wire in. And then he has to program everything to work, has to make sure all the keys are functioning, and it's just one big thing. But yeah, when I made that video a long time ago, if you guys didn't see it, I'll link it down below for the Accord. Me and the homie were able to do it. We got it done, posted that video on YouTube. But what I didn't realize until after the video is you can't buy these modules unless you buy them at authorized Realtor stores, which most of the time these stores will sell these modules with the installation price already included. So at one of these local bigger stores that you can actually buy this at, it's about $2.99 just for the remote start, and that gets you just a single remote that's a 1-way and the remote start. For the horn, you do have to purchase that separately. That cost me about an additional $100, and then for the remote, it was another additional, I think like $130 for this remote. And then, like I said, installation was included. I believe I did pay, or you do have to pay to get the, well, actually I don't remember if the horn installation price is included. I think it was. But all in all, roughly it's about like $400 to $500 depending on where you go and what exactly you want added to the car. But the way I look at it, it's a big investment because, you know, $500 now versus $1,000, $2,000 of stolen goods from your car later on is a way better deal. Or getting your wheels stolen off the car, or someone jacking up your car and stealing your catalytic converter, because that is a big thing apparently in California right now, stealing catalytic converters. I had a buddy actually tell me that he knew someone who got it stolen 3 times off his Jeep. Seen them steal it off of Priuses, because apparently Priuses catalytic converters are a lot more expensive. So I highly suggest that you guys put some investment into making sure that your car is going to be a lot harder to get something stolen into, or added deterrence to prevent people from actually breaking in, because obviously someone probably tried to break into my car, and as soon as that alarm or that 6-tone siren took off or went off, they probably their pants and took off running the other way. But yeah, let me go ahead and show you guys actually how it works too, because like I said, it's a cool little investment, and honestly it's a great thing to have also during the summertime, wintertime, and just in general, making sure that, you know, it's a deterrence and preventive measure in order to keep your car safe. So as you guys can see, this is a remote right here. Obviously this is the upgraded remote. So as you can see, you have your lock, unlock, remote start, and auxiliary, which is, I believe this is supposed to unlock my trunk, which actually I haven't tried this button yet. But if you guys take a look, we'll go ahead and unlock it. And then this is the unlock button. As you can see, that stayed green in order to tell me that the car did actually unlock. And if it didn't, then it would just flash red all the way around, just telling me that, hey, that it actually didn't make communication with the car. And let me go ahead and show you guys how the remote start actually works. So we go ahead and press this button right here. If you go ahead and press it one more time, you can turn it off. Oh, pretty cool. This is rechargeable too, so if you guys take a look, there is a charging port on the side. So there's also a little cool feature with the DS4 Plus, and that is you can actually remove the key, leave the car on, run inside, go get something, and then come back in, put the key back in, and keep going. And I'll give you guys an example of what I mean. So say for example, you know, it's the summertime, super hot, you want to go get a drink or something at the gas station, but you don't want to turn the car off because then that's going to turn off the AC, or you have a pet in the car, or someone wants to stay in the car but you don't want to leave the keys with them. What you could do is when you go ahead and get to like a gas station, for example, you can go ahead and click on the remote start button again. You'll hear 3 clicks on the inside of the car. That'll tell you that you're ready to take the key out. So you'll go ahead and take the key out like you're going to turn off the car, but the car will actually stay on. And then from there you can go and lock the car, run inside, go get your drink or whatever you need to go get, run back to the car and put the key in before the car turns off. The car does have a maximum of 10 minutes before it'll automatically turn off. So I'm going to give you guys a little quick demonstration on how everything works. So as you guys can see now, the car is off. We're going to go ahead and turn the car on, and then I'll show you guys how everything works from putting the key on, how to put the key into, how to essentially use what I like to call like that valet mode, where you can leave your car on but take the key out. So as you guys see, car's off. Go ahead and click on the remote start button. Car will turn on. And then lock door. Now unlocked. Go on the inside of the car. I don't know if you can hear it, but my vents are on right now because the AC is on. I'm actually go ahead and turn that off. And then, as you guys can see, the key is not in. Also, say for example, like for whatever reason, someone is actually in the car when the car turns on, but the key's not inside. What will end up happening is if I hit the gas, or I'm sorry, the brake in, it will immediately turn the car off and make the sirens go off. So you always got to make sure that you put the key in first. So we're gonna go ahead and put the key in, and that will basically mean that the car's not ready to go. And then as you guys can see, when I hit the brake, this will beep as well, just notify that you're set to go. Or actually, there you go. So now, as you can see, we're good to go. But really cool feature to have, like I said. And I'm gonna go and show you guys what that Valet mode's. So as you guys can see, car is on. Press the remote start button. And key is off, but car is still on. Get my drink. We're good to go with some water. Get the key. Get the car back. Water back inside. And now, one more time, go ahead and put the key back in. And we are ready to go. Hit the brakes. There you go. Boom, we're all set to go. Let's go ahead and back this bad boy up. Well, maybe we should open the garage first. Alright, let's go turn off the car. See, I didn't press the remote start. Car completely is off now. But yeah guys, that is basically a quick demonstration on how the Viper DS4 Plus works. Hopefully that helps one of you guys out and make a decision on whether or not it's a good investment. Like I said, sometimes a small investment at the beginning can be worth a lot more in the long run. And like I said, someone could have easily broken into my car without the DS4 Plus installed, stolen the 2 water bottles I have in the car or the pack of gum I have in the car, and take off, you know. I don't really keep valuables in the car, guys, so if you guys are gonna steal something, probably not for me, because there's nothing in the car realistically worth money, I guess, besides the $2 million I have in the glove box, which the $2 million I have in the glove box. You didn't hear that from me. Hey guys, I do have to apologize for not posting a lot lately on the Six Spoke Studios. I have been going through some things in life that have been unavoidable. And I am also going through some like work changes as well, where I'm trying to get hired somewhere else. And I had to basically take the last couple weeks steady. Because I had to take like these 2 tests, and I passed both my tests, which I'm super pumped about, because one of them there was like a 30% passing, and then on the other one I was a top qualifier for that job. So now I have a couple of interviews coming up, and I'm glad the testings are over, because that took up a lot of my time. Been working a lot, and like I said, I've been going through some things in life which I'm not ready to mention quite just yet, because there is one devastating thing that may happen pretty soon. I don't know, it's just make the best of it, and make sure that you guys spend as much time with those that you love. I'll start posting as soon as I can back on Six Spoke Studios. I also was having a lot of issues with my camera and my computer. I have the new MacBook with the M1, and I have the Elgato Cam Link, but for some reason it's been giving me a lot of issues to connect to my cameras, where it won't pick up the video signal, and I wasn't able to figure it out, so I kind of took a break from that. And on top of that, the lighting in my room went out. So if you guys remember, I have all these lights in the background that are either red or blue. For some reason those are off now, and I can't get them back on. So I have to figure that out. And yeah, there's just a lot of things going on, but like I said, guys, I am making a small comeback every now and then. And I also have a trip with the boys coming up as well. We're going to be going up to Lake Crawley, which I'm super pumped about. None of us have ever been up there. I've made a lot of trips up to Northern California, and it's been always a really good experience, but Lake Crawley is somewhere I've never been. Found it on Instagram and figured, you know what, let's take the Subi up there and let's see how well it does. So it's going to be the first official trip in the Subi. And then me and Lewis and his girlfriend Maddie are also planning to make a trip up to, I believe, the Pinnacles within next month as well. And then we have Wyoming coming up in August. I am making a couple of more trips here and there to probably Yosemite again, or one of those other national parks up there. And hopefully, maybe at the end of the year, make a trip upward to like Zion or the Grand Canyon, somewhere out there. in the Subi just to see its potential. So yeah, stay tuned guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.